सादर योग मंच, सभा में बैठे सभी महान बुद्धिजीवी, विद्वान, शोधकर्ता, सभी को मेरा प्रणाम। मैं मंदिरों के शहर से हूँ, यानी कि जम्मू से। तो आपको त्रिकुटा हिल्स की ज़्यादा ब्लेसिंग्स, वैष्णव जी से, वहाँ से हूँ मैं। तो वहाँ पे ज़्यादा वो क्या है, जम्मू के लोग जाने जाते हैं वैष्णो देवी के नाम से, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं। सो आई विल स्टार्ट। So I'm presenting Shaivism in Jammu, revisiting Shivalayas in the region. अगर मैं इसकी बात करूं, जैसे सेलिब्रेशंस कैसे होती हैं, तो जम्मू में शिवरात्रि पे उमा मंदिर में, वहाँ पे हमारी कुछ डिस्टिंक्ट सा जो मतलब पिक्युलर डिफरेंट जो सेलिब्रेशन है वो ये है कि डोगराज में मोर देन 300 हमारे फोक सॉन्ग्स हैं। तो वहाँ पे क्या किया जाता है कि 7 दिन सुहाग गाए जाते हैं। सुहाग होते हैं जो लड़की की शादी पे, जैसे लड़कों की शादी पे गाई जाती है उसको हम घोड़ी कहते हैं, और जो लड़कियों की शादी पे गाए जाते हैं वो सुहाग। वो 7 डेज वो प्रोसेस होती है कि माँ घोरी की शादी है। तो उसमें डिफरेंट टाइप्स के जो फोक सॉन्ग्स हैं, उसमें एक आती है पाख बोलते हैं जिसको, वो एक लंबे रिदम के साथ गाई जाती है। उसका बैठने का स्टाइल, गाने का बिल्कुल टोटली डिफरेंट है। एक फिंगर ऐसे डाल के तो वो पहाड़ी लोग गाते हैं। मैं उसकी एक लाइन आपको सुनाऊंगी। के केश खांदे मेरे राम ते लक्ष्मण, के केश खांदे पोले नाथ जी। जैसे लड़की को पूछते हैं कि राम लक्ष्मण क्या खाते हैं, और भोलेनाथ वो क्या खाते हैं। दूध मलाइयाँ खांदे राम ते लक्ष्मण, पंगत दतूरा मोले नाथ जियो। इस टाइप का ऐसे वो गाया जाता। और उसमें जैसे हमारे में वो होते हैं ना सिठनियाँ, कि वो जैसे जीजा को तंग करने के लिए, उस टाइप की सारी वो एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं। सो नाउ आई विल स्टार्ट माय पेपर। My paper is on folk literature only. Folk literature is a distinct form of literature. It is a part and parcel of the language and culture of any society. It is generally said that Dogri folk literature is a complete literature in itself. Dogras are the descendants of Indo-Aryans, and their homeland is called Duggar Pradesh, and their language is Dogri. The region between Ravi and Chenab is the traditional inhabitant of the Dogras. Dogras are well known for their valors, as there were number of warriors from Duggar Pradesh, and for the famous school of Pahadi paintings. Dogras have a rich cultural heritage and folk literature, a virtuous land, a plethora of temples. As I told you that Jammu is known as the city of temples, and is known for its secularism, cuisines, jewelry, scenic beauty, forts, and ancient monuments. Dogras also extended the territories of the kingdom by conquering Ladakh, Tibet, Baltistan, and Skadu. But not much is known to the outside world, even in India, about the homeland of Dogras and their flora and fauna. Because Jammu is often overshadowed by Kashmir after the end of the rule of Dogra dynasty. If we talk about the term of the word Jammu, it is wrapped in different mysteries. Some scholars traced its reason from Jammu Dvipa, a Sanskrit shloka, as the word is combination of two words, Jammu and Dvipa. The latter meaning is island. It is believed by the supporters by this theory that Jammu was once surrounded by water. Some believed that Jammu is named after Jampant, a warrior of Rama's array who performed penance in the cave near Pir Khu. There is a famous temple in Jammu and it is known as Pir Khu, an old shrine of Lord Shiva situated on the bank of river Tavi that is known as Surya Putri. But the most accepted and popular belief is that Jammu owes its name from Raja Jambulochan, a descendant of Lord Rama. The native Rajputs called themselves Raghuvanshi Rajputs, which was the clan of Lord Rama. Now I'll talk about the Shaivism in Jammu. The river Devika holds a very prominent place in this region and is considered as the holy as river Ganga. We find the mention of Devika in classical Vedic literature and it is quoted by great seers and sages. There is a reference in Puranic literature which acclaims that Rishi Vashisht said that the sphere or area between river Iravati, its modern name is Ravi, and Chandarvaga, its modern name is Chinab, was of those inhabitants which were the worshippers of phallus or lingam. The focus of my paper is on the unexplored Shaiva temples of Jammu region by a study of selected folk tales. Parmandal, it is a village about the 13 kilometers from Jammu city. Is situated on the banks of holy river, ancient Devika. Parmandal is one of the ancient and most revered pilgrimage centers of Dugar. This pious stone is in fact situated in the Shivalayas, which is known as the southernmost Himalayas. The Devika is prominently known as the Gupta Ganga, which bifurcates this highly sacred region into two equal parts. The Devika is known to have originated during the last phase of Dwapar period, which stands adduced in Vanaprava, part of the great epic of Mahabharata. This tirth, which has been a center of attraction for the devotees, including kings and the commoners since ages, finds mention in even in Puranic list of Tirtha Mandalas. The main attraction of Parmandal is the Lord Shiva's temple, having no lingam and is known as Swayambhu Lingam. A number of stories are well connected with this sacred temple. The temple is said to have been built by Raja Vanidat of Kashmir, who is identified with either Vinayaditya or Avanti Varman, who ruled over Kashmir from 815 to 883 AD. The statue of Vixen at the back of the main temple serves as an interesting aspect to explore in the light of popular tale indicating the daughter of King Vanidat to be reincarnation of the Vixen, jackal, which was shot in the head by a hunter and died near the lingam. The daughter of King Venidat is said to have suffered from incurable headache since childhood, which could be alleviated after the arrow from the skeleton of the jackal at Parmandal was removed. The arrow was searched out by the hunting party guarded by astrologers. The king's pain vanished, girl's pain vanished as the arrow got removed. Impressed by the divine power of the place, Venidat built a temple on the spot. Such was the fame of Parmandal in olden times that Guru Nanak Dev and Guru Gobind Singh had visited the place. Raja Venidat, who visited the place accompanied by a number of persons, including the family members, is said to have worshipped Lord Shiva at Parmandal and built the central shrine. A hooded stone serpent jutting out of a cistern in the rock in the central shrine is an object of religious attraction, as it is believed to be the only manifestation of Lord Shiva of that kind anywhere in the country. Kansipata. It is also a village. It is from almost 25 to 30 kilometers from the Jammu city. The village Kansipata is known for its temple dedicated to the god Lord Shiva. The ancient name of the village is Gupta Kashi. But as the time passed, the name changed from Gupta Kashi to Kansipata. Its religious importance is considered similar to that of Kashi of Varanasi. Believed to be the most pious of all Hindu pilgrimage places. The temple is located on the way to the Lord famous Shiva shrine, Shiv Khodi, and close to famous waterfall of Siad Baba. It has the scenic backdrop of the river Chenab, and with darshan of Lord Shiva and other deities in the temple, one gets very good positive vibration and peace of mind. The story behind the place goes like that. Once there was a devil. He worshipped and prayed Lord Shiva, the creator, and gained the blessings of Brahma. The demon performed penance to Lord Brahma, and after obtaining boons, hearts, the virtuous and the learned, the blessings was made according to the devil wish. According to the wish, he asked Brahma to bless him with immortality, along with the wish that he will killed only in Kashi with his long-term worship. Brahma was pleased and blessed him according to his wish. He became very powerful and strong. The devil then ran away from Kashi and settled in a village nearby Riasi, which was called Gupta Kashi at that time. But he was unaware of the original name of the village. He was thinking that now no one will kill him in Riasi, as he was blessed to be killed only in Shiv Bhumi, that is Kashi. He started his evil by troubling locals and the Rishi Munis of Kansipata and Riasi. He traveled and destroyed many holy places and started disturbing normal life of locals. No one could stop him. He gathered army and continued his evil deeds. The locals and rishis found it difficult to tackle him because he became very powerful after Brahma's blessings. The saints assembled and evoked Lord Shiva with their woes and told him the harm caused by the devil. Lord Shiva asked the devil to stop his violent acts or face death. The devil in return said he was blessed to be killed only in Kashi, not in other place. Lord Shiva said, "You don't know the real name of the place is Gupta Kashi," and he was then killed by Shiva. The temple has a unique combination of 5 things which we rarely find together at one place, with banyan tree, People Tree, Shiv Temple, Cremation Ground, and the pious river Chenab. Next. The conclusion of my paper is, from the study of folklores as well as scriptures, it can be claimed that Shaivism had its roots in this region from ancient times. There is a scarcity of historical documents which can provide us with any hint regarding the beginning of Shiva worship in Jammu, but one can trace it through different shrines dedicated to Lord Shiva. It is said that the original inhabitants of the lands, Pishachas, were the lay devotees of Lord Shiva and worshipped him in his phallus form. There is a mention of different rivers which are also associated with the worship of Shiva. One among them is Devika. This river is associated with Shiva and his consort Parvati, and is every place where this river emerges as there is a web of Shiva temples around it, and the cities on the bank of this river are considered to be as holy. The Pirkhu temple is another evidence which substantiates the point that worship of Shiva was prevalent in Jammu from times immemorial. There are ample number of shrines scattered in different places of Jammu province, which are vestiges of the Shaivism in its developed form. The relics that we have found from the ancient shrines of Bhabor temples, Vilawar temples, Krimchi temples in Udhampur, and others clearly helps us in understanding the origin and development of this cult. Apart from these shrines, there is a rich source of oral literature and oral tradition in the form of ballads, songs, and stories which help us in filling the several gaps which are not traceable, and they present a layer of truth regarding the beginning of Shiva worship in the place, but the truth is covered by a layer of the exaggeration put forth by lay devotees. Next, I have taken a few pictures of the temples. This is Parmandal temple. Holy river Devika is flowing, and this is the temple. Next, these types of temples are also built. In this complex, 121 templates and having 11 Rudras in each. This is the place where the skull was found. It is in the temple, Aap Shambhu जिसको कहते हैं, a hooded stone serpent jutting वहाँ पे cistern the rock, the central temple. यहाँ और there are number of tales कि यहाँ पे एक राजा, वो पंजाब के राजा, वो भी आए थे, and उन्होंने अपनी पूरी आर्मी लगा दी टू पुट वाटर, कि ये वाटर कहाँ जा रहा है, तो 200 soldiers they start putting water, but the level was the same, and then he ordered to put oil in that kund, and at that time he became blind. Next, this is the river Devika. Next, Mandir Dushala. This is also in Chinani. It is 15th century temple, constructed by early Anthal ruler. Actually, the Jammu was a princely state, and there were number of kings at that time. The Chinani Raja, his name was Raja Shashipal. He had built that, and with 11 Rudras, and it was brought from the Narmada river. Next, this is Haridwar Shiv temple, and the name of the village is also Haridwar, but it is not known by the people. All these are unexplored places. Haridwar Shiv temple, Chinani. Next. Aap Shambhu Mahakaleshwar temple, Udhampur. Next. Yes, someone asked me in the group also about this. Yeah. Yes, this temple is 25 years old in Udhampur's oldest temple. Avimukteshwar temple. It was built by Raja Gulab Singh, Maharaja of Jammu. This is Pir Khu temple. Pir Khu. Yes, there is a tunnel and. Okay, that's all. Thank you.